Hi everyone, it's LP. I hope that everyone is doing okay. I know that it's a lot of up and down roller coaster ride for pretty much everybody right now. Um, this is a very unusual situation for all of us, but um, for some reason, a phrase that I use often to help friends who are going through difficult times just popped into my head, so I'm going to share it with you. When things aren't normal, do normal things. Okay, so what I mean by that is in the midst of all of this chaos and confusion and fear, I think it's important for us to do normal things. Brush your teeth, make a meal, um, exercise on the days of the week that you would normally exercise on. Do things that are normal, that are things that you expect in your life. Do the things that you can do in this situation. I know obviously we're not going to be able to do all the normal things, but any things that you can do, try to put some of that stuff into your life. Okay, some of the introduce some normalcy where you can. Okay. So I'm feeling very fortunate in my space of loving right now. I'm feeling a lot of gratitude for the love that I have in my life. And I wanted to get some love messages out. This one seems to be about expectancy. So first thing that came into my head was pregnancy, but so maybe there are some of you that are finding out you're pregnant. That certainly could be the case, considering that we're spending a lot of time at home in soft clothes, snuggling. But also, what occurs to me about this word expectancy is that we place expectations on ourselves and on our partners, and expecting things from someone gives them an opportunity to live up or down to what you anticipate they're going to do. Same with you. Placing expectations on another person to meet or fulfill a need in you, or to be tolerant of things that are less than perfect about you, or I don't know, there's just something about the word expect that seems somewhat negative to me. We can hope for things. We can wish for things. We can set our intention for things that we want to manifest for ourselves, both in how we hope others behave toward us and also how we can behave toward other people ourselves. So it's okay to have ideals about how you want to be treated, or how you should be treated, or how you should be treating other people. And it's okay to have standards and such. It's, to me, a little less okay to put forward what you define as what is the right thing, always. There are obvious exceptions to this: abuse, mental and physical. You know, people putting you through things that are traumatic over and over again. Not okay, obviously. But what I'm suggesting here is that there's a level of there's some level of attachment that we have to outcomes that can be harmful because we're trying to exert control over things. Expecting, to me, sounds like control. You can anticipate and you can hope, but to expect something from someone is asserting your will, is trying to control a situation, is trying to hang tight to an outcome that you think is the right one. And there doesn't need to be judgment here. Let go of your need to control a situation and an outcome. Okay? This is the romance deck. Let's see what we can get from the romance angels about this expectancy. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. So this person is already everything you need them to be, as they are. This doesn't require your work. This doesn't require your fine-tuning with expectation. This person is already the partner you seek. That's not to say that as humans we don't adapt, or the people that we love don't adapt for us to help us be happier, healthier. But we have no right to assert our desired outcomes on other people. We can have control over how we respond and act, but we don't need to have control over the outcome of situations or over other people. I'm getting that this person is already here, they're already whole, and they're already complete. Okay? And so are you. Again, this is not about not compromising. This is not about accepting abuse or accepting something that makes you angry or that is traumatic over and over again. This is just saying that to set expectations for people to behave in a way that you think they should act is useless. It's not needed here. Let things come calmly and naturally, and let things go calmly and naturally. You don't need to fight for outcomes. There's an aspect of this that is there's a disruption in your emotional fulfillment. There's definitely something or someone that has there's some aspect of your relationship that is unfulfilling. And that's easy to happen if you have unrealistic expectations. If you expect someone to do exactly what you think and want them to do, that can put you in this space of lacking emotional fulfillment. Drop these expectations. Drop expectations and assess the situation for what it is, as it is. There's a big chunk of control. There's a big aspect of control happening here. I don't know what that's about. My deck must be reversed. Okay, so the reason this is happening, this emotional fulfillment, this lack of emotional fulfillment, is a loss of independence and someone not being able to turn away from something emotionally. So there's someone has lost their sense of self. Someone has lost their sense of being grounded and fortuitous and abundant and peaceful in their own domain, in their own life. And there is a lack, there's an inability to turn your back and walk away from this strong emotion that you're having. So you're feeling very emotionally wrapped up and pretty unstable, and there's a sense of a lack of fulfillment here. So, and it has to do with these expectations. And I think that the lesson here is that there's a discrepancy between your expectation and your hopes. It's okay to have hopes for something, but you have no control over another person. Next steps. Community celebration, cheers, cocktails, friendship. You may need to have time with friends, trusted confidants, discussing your feelings, dancing. Sometimes that speaks to a third party as well, but this is a next step, so I wouldn't say that it's advisable to cheat on somebody. A change in perspective. So through this discussion with friends, trusted confidants, dancing together, it can change your perspective. It can give you some of these people you discuss this with might help you to recognize that this person has some seriously amazing qualities that you're overlooking, being wrapped up in some sort of expectation that you have of them. So if you have this discussion with friends, it's going to help change your perspective. You need to open your mind a bit. Look at how his head the light around his head, around the hangman's head. This is, I always see that as like the mind opening, right? A change in perspective. There's a change in perspective that's necessary here. And you might gain this perspective through discussing it with friends. But I think you're down a rabbit hole a little bit. There's a little less passionate communication. Maybe some more logic. Yeah, and then there's some fulfillment here, there's some emotional self-satisfaction that can happen here. So, and some pride of where you sit emotionally once you get through this. You haven't realized that you have really drilled down quite so hard on this situation as you have. Your expectations are shadowing the beauty of what you have with this person, that you already have with this person. And you're allowing it to disrupt your emotional fulfillment. And this is happening because you feel a sense of losing your independence. It could be that there's this closeness. Maybe you are in a situation where you are confined, isolated with this person. So you've lost some sense of self and some sense of independence here. But you are also having a difficult time detaching emotionally from how you're feeling about these expectations. But what's required is that you get some perspective here and have some discussion with trusted friends. Try to maybe even have some fun with the person that you're with, that you are upset with. That could be part of this, is that you need to do some, lighten up a little bit, have some fun with this person, change your perspective toward them. Dance. I keep getting dance with them. Or it can be that you are, invited to have some talks with friends of yours about this situation that you're feeling. They might be able to provide you with some new perspective on the situation that you are setting, some expectations that might be unrealistic, might be unneeded. Open your mind. I just keep getting open your mind. This person, if this card wasn't here, I would read all of this differently. But this card being here, and my initial reaction to feeling like this is about unrealistic expectations or forcing your will on someone else, makes me think, with this card combined, that you've already met the partner you seek. This person is already a whole and complete person for you. But you've lost that perspective because of expectation that you have drilled down on. You're probably just down a rabbit hole right now, like just hard to see the forest for the trees. You're just really zoomed in on one thing, and you're letting it really mess with your emotional fulfillment. And it can be, and it's probably because you don't have any time to yourself. You're not having any chance to build your independent stability and fulfillment. So you're really having a difficult time detaching emotionally from this disappointment of expectation. But friends, drinking, or connecting with the person that you're with might change your perspective and help you to recognize that you already met the romantic partner that you seek. The possible outcome is that there'll be fewer passionate, fiery exchanges and more of a stable fulfillment, emotional fulfillment, sort of more of a, you'll feel more stable in your emotion and more satisfied in it. Yeah. So some expectation, let go of some expectation that you have. It could be unrealistic. It could be the best this person can do, and you have to recognize that this person is already great as they are, and that you really, none of us have control over another human being, or really over much of the world outside, you know, especially right now. We have control over how we react. We have control over what we give our attention. The card description in here is to be waiting for or anticipating something as due, proper, or necessary. To presume, to guess, or foresee. So, yeah, it's don't be hindered by preconceived limitations. Take a look at what you expect from yourself and others. Is it realistic? This is a card for self-evaluation. Patience is called for. Allow the universe to unfold. Yeah. Okay, take that for what it's worth. I hope this helps someone. Please remember that, you know, if you could recognize someone else in this could be reversed. And I hope that this will put you in touch with information that was previously unavailable or unacknowledged by you, and that it empowers you to take intentional action to make changes and manifest what you need in your life. Okay, talk soon. Bye-bye.